Today, we're diving into a really mind-bending idea that sits right where consciousness and the cosmos collide. It's called entangled emotions, and it all boils down to one huge question. Can your mind, your thoughts and feelings, actually shape the physical world around you?
So let's just get right into it. Can a thought or an emotion that you have physically change something in the world? I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, according to this one really fascinating theory, it might be a lot closer to science fact than you think.
You see, the theory we're looking at today doesn't just say yes and leave it at that. Nope, it actually lays out a kind of step-by-step framework for how this incredible process might actually work. So, let's start at the very beginning. Okay, first things first. To really get how this is supposed to work, we need to understand the theory's view of the universe itself. This is the bedrock of the whole idea. This is where the mind literally meets matter. It all kicks off with this concept called the quantum energy form. So the idea here is that everything solid you see around you, the device you're watching this on, the chair you're sitting in, it all comes from this non-physical universal energy. Think of it like a kind of cosmic clay that everything is sculpted from. And here's the absolute game changer, the crucial link. Our consciousness isn't some separate thing floating around. According to this, it's woven right into that universal energy, which means our minds have a direct line, a connection to the very fabric of reality.
So if our minds are plugged into this cosmic energy, what happens to a thought after we think it? Does it just, poof and disappear? Well, this next part of the theory actually tries to map out that journey.
The process is laid out as a pretty simple two-step flow. First, our thoughts and our emotions radiate out from our minds. But, and this is key, they don't just vanish. Instead, they go out into what this theory calls the quantum energy cloud, and they merge with that universal field. And this, of course, leads to a really important question. If all of our thoughts and feelings are just pouring into this cloud, are they all equal? I mean, does a random, fleeting thought have the same kind of power as a deep, focused, heartfelt desire? The theory's answer is a very clear no. It's not just the thought itself that matters, it's the intensity and the clarity of that thought. And that brings us to the real engine of this whole thing, the power of focus. So here's where we see two totally different paths. On one hand, you have random, unfocused emotions. They just kind of scatter and fizzle out in that energy cloud, not really do anything. But then you have focused emotions. They act like a laser beam, concentrating that same energy until it literally condenses and becomes physical matter. When you boil it all down, it really comes down to this one single word, focus. It's not just about what you feel, but about the clarity, the intent, the projection behind it. That's the secret ingredient here. To put it plainly, your focused thoughts and emotions are the catalyst. They have the power to take that formless energy and organize it, to create something real and tangible out of it.
All right, so what does all this mean for you and me? This last part is where we bring it all home and look at the ultimate takeaway from this really powerful idea.
Let's just put all the pieces together one last time. So, the universe is this massive field of pure potential. Our minds, we're directly plugged into it. Now, any random passing thoughts just fade away into nothing. But our focused thoughts, well, they have actual creative power.
And that really is the bottom line. This isn't just some abstract idea about the cosmos. It's deeply personal. It suggests that the power to create, the power to shape your reality, it isn't somewhere out there. It's right here, inside the focus of your own mind.
Which, of course, leaves all of us with one final and pretty powerful question to think about. If your focus truly has the power to turn energy into reality, what will you choose to focus on?